Well, happy Sunday. Jim FEMINO here. How you doing? I'm out for a little ride with old Bruce. I don't know if you can see him, but he's sitting here on my lap. And you know what? Let's talk. So let's talk about melody in particular. Okay, so last night I saw this, I watched this video on YouTube explaining to young songwriters how pop music has changed over the years, and how nowadays if you want to write a hit song, you need to really pay attention to the one-note melody. One-note melody being, da 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 da. Okay, now as opposed to say, let's see, it's the holidays, so let's go with la da 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 da. Da 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 da, whole Bing Crosby and stuff. But anyway, melody, old school melody going up, down, sideways, left, right, as opposed to da 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 da. And this guy that was explaining to young songwriters how to write hit songs nowadays was saying, that if you really want to learn how to write hit songs, study Taylor Swift's 1989 album. And he noted that on that album there are 230 one-note melodies. Now think about that for a minute. 230 one-note melodies, and that's not repeating the choruses. That's just, just 230 da 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 da. Now, all right, so here's my take on this. My whole life as a songwriter, even as a young kid, when I'm writing, it's almost like I always hear melodies first. Da 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 da. And anyway, it got me thinking. I've seen pictures and posters and stuff that say that music is the language of the heart, and which got me to thinking, well, if that's the case, then melody is the language of the soul. It's like love's the only language that don't need words. I wrote a song years ago that had that line in it. Speak with your heart and it'll be heard, because love's the only language that don't need words. Why? Because melody is the language of the soul, and it's universally understood. Well, so why am I saying all that? Well, it brings me down to this whole desensitizing of America, as it were. I mean, you look at the sorry, I'm not looking at you, by the way, but I'm driving and trying not to kill myself. But anyway, this whole desensitizing thing where we're bombarded with information, we're bombarded with entertainment, video games, music is just now another form of something to distract you. But it used to be that melody made you feel something. It was the way, it was how you understood how another person felt without them even having to use any words. Think about, when's the last time you whistled or hummed a happy one-note melody tune? No, that's not melody. It might be how to write a hit song, but you got to understand nowadays that's how to write a hit song, they say. But the problem is it's rhythmically driven as opposed to emotionally driven. There's you're not letting your soul speak. You're not coming up with a melody that somebody can whistle or hum or feel happy about or feel good about. It's just a drone. And it makes so much sense that would make sense today from a melodic standpoint, because it's just another case of them, quote unquote, brainwashing you into not noticing the very thing that is the core of your being, your soul. They want you brainwashed and just droned out so that you don't have time to notice or feel anything. And what is life? Feelings, moments filled with feelings, happy, sad, everything. So anyway, all that to say, from my seat, okay, if you want to write a hit song nowadays, they say, write a one-note melody. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a writer, you're doing yourself and the world an injustice by writing one-note melodies, because you're not sharing the voice of your soul. If you want to move me, show me how you feel with melody. You know why? Because as far as I'm concerned, melody matters. Anyway, that's what I do with Songstarters records. The songs that, if you ever want to understand melody or hear melodies, go find one of the records that we release, like Audra McLaughlin, any of the songs she's done, or even some of the crazy stuff I put out there. It's all based around melody. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Just thought I'd kind of throw that out there. Have a great Sunday. On that note, I'm going to go in and decorate the Christmas tree. See ya. Happy holidays. FEMINO out. Bye now.